Today, I'm gonna talk about GR cameras. Hey, what's up everyone? You good? This is Hyunmin John from HMJ Photography. Every week I post videos about cameras and photography in English, Japanese, and Korean. So if you happen to stumble across the video where I'm talking like this, GR 카메라가 다이스키다, or like this, 아주 사랑하는 이 RICOH GR 카메라. Don't worry, there's an English version too. I'm basically the Rosetta Stone of photography. So, if you've seen my other videos before, I'm pretty sure you know that I love my RICOH GR cameras. They're truly a fantastic camera. And like initially this week, I was thinking of making a Korean version of this RICOH GR cameras because I never made one in Korean version. And then I thought that like my experience and also my love towards these GR cameras have grown since I last made the video. So maybe why not make a new video about RICOH GR cameras in English and Japanese too. Before I get deeper into these cameras, let me tell you one thing. This RICOH GR3 and RICOH GR3x is basically the same camera. The only difference is that RICOH GR3 has 28mm equivalent lens and this RICOH GR3x has 40mm equivalent lens. With such a tiny body, you can shoot amazing photos. Please take a look. My favorite thing about these RICOH GR cameras is that it's so small. I mean, take a look at this. It's smaller than my iPhone and you can squeeze it through my tight jeans. But don't let the size fool you. Even though this body is very small, the sensor inside of this camera is APS-C, which is a sensor that's usually inside a much bigger camera bodies. So even though it's so tiny, it's very powerful. So basically it's like Rocket from the Guardians of the Galaxy. Really, I really don't think that there are any cameras like this. Of course, there are some cameras like RICOH Q2 and Sony RX1R, which actually has a full frame sensor inside, but I don't really think those are truly pocketable camera. Like the lens sticks out so you can't really put it in your pocket. The reason why I'm talking so passionately about the size of this camera is that because it's so small, you can take this camera with you anywhere. And I personally believe that the best camera is a camera that you have it with you all the time. It's so tiny and it has APS-C sensor, but also it has 24 megapixels. So even when you crop your images a little bit, you don't really have to worry about the image quality so much. Small, discreet, yet powerful, which means it's amazing for street photography. So yes, a lot of street photographers around the world love this camera. Another thing that I really want to mention is that this is a very fast camera. Take a look at this. On, boom, and I took a picture. This camera can take pictures very fast, which is an essential thing in street photography. However, this camera is not a perfect camera for everybody. Well, the first thing is that you cannot change the lens, so you're either stuck with 28 or 40. Another thing is that the autofocus is not super fast and not super precise, so sometimes you might miss some shots. And lastly, the battery life in GR cameras are not really great. So it dies quite fast and you really need to buy a couple batteries for them. But personally, when you have 3 fully charged batteries, it should be fine for a day. I personally think that RICOH GR cameras are a perfect side camera. To be honest, since I bought this Leica M10, I use this camera a lot for street photography and, like, to be honest, like any photography. But what I often do is I also have my GR camera right here, and when I need like a quick snap, I just turn it on and boom. Oh, and there's one more thing that I really want to mention that I really love about this camera is that this camera has image stabilization inside. So even when you're using very slow shutter speed, you are able to get some usable image that's not too shaky. You might ask me, which one should you get? RICOH GR3 or RICOH GR3x? Personally, in my personal experience, when I first got my RICOH GR3x, I used this camera more than RICOH GR3, but recently I realized that I'm gravitating more towards this RICOH GR3. But it's totally up to you. Like, what do you like better? A wider lens or a somewhat tighter lens? Before I end the video, I want to talk about this finger strap because a lot of people ask me about this finger strap. By the way, they're not like sponsoring me or anything. I'm just using it and I love it. This is a finger strap from a Japanese company called Industria, and I'm gonna put the link below, so please take a look if you want one. Thank you very much. Please like, subscribe, and share. Until next time.